Remarks by Stephen Kelly on the occasion of his acceptance of the ISPI Gary Rummler Award for the Advancement of Performance Improvement 2026.
Thank you. I'm genuinely honored and, to be honest, a bit humbled to accept the Rummler Award. First, thank you to ISPI, the award committee, and to everyone who keeps Gary Rummler's legacy alive. Gary had a gift for saying what many of us knew but hadn't named yet, that performance lives in the white space, in the handoffs, the interfaces, the seams between teams, functions, and layers of a system. He made it hard to hide behind org charts and good intentions. He kept the field honest. I also want to recognize the people who really earn awards like this, the partners, clients, and local colleagues who do the hard work long after the consultants go home. Across 4 decades in more countries than I might ever have imagined growing up, places like Rwanda, Kyrgyzstan, Gaza, and Vietnam, I've watched talented people try to build functioning institutions in conditions most of us would rather not imagine. Tight budgets, shifting leadership, political pressure, funding complexity, legacy habits, and public expectations rising faster than capacity. The courage in those rooms doesn't show up on a resume, but it's real, and I'm grateful to have been trusted with it. And I need to say this clearly, I'm accepting this award as part of a team. Mari Novak, my partner in life and in work, thank you. You've been my best collaborator, my sharpest critic, my steady compass, and the person who never lets me forget the human stakes behind the technical work. If I'm the one who wants to diagnose the machine, Mari is the one who insists we remember who depends on it and who gets hurt when it fails. Over 40 plus years, we've walked into complicated systems together, and we've walked out wiser, sometimes bruised, but always more committed to doing the work the right way. I also want to thank the many colleagues who carried projects on their backs, local analysts, interpreters, trainers, project managers, ministry staff, and donor counterparts. In more than one place, the people who taught me the most had the least formal power. They understood the real incentives, the invisible rules, and the cost of getting it wrong. Now, if you'll indulge me, I want to share a short reflection on what I think this award is really recognizing and what it demands of us going forward. Over the years, I've seen a pattern when organizations struggle. They often reach for the fastest visible action, a workshop, a new policy, a new org chart, a new IT system, a training program, something that looks decisive. But performance improvement, real performance improvement, rarely starts with action. It starts with restraint. It starts with the discipline to ask, what is the work? What does good look like? Who is the customer? And what do they value? Where does the system make it hard for good people to succeed? And then, this is the part that tests character, being willing to tell the truth when the answers are inconvenient. That's what I've tried to do, whether working with public institutions in transition, donor-funded reforms, or private sector operations trying to adapt to new realities. Remain solution neutral long enough to actually find the problem. Stay grounded in evidence, treat people with respect, and never pretend that a slick deliverable is the same thing as a changed system. If there's one lesson I've learned the hard way, it's this. Reforms don't fail because people don't care. They fail because the systems aren't aligned to let caring translate into results. And that brings me to the future. Because we're in a moment where the temptation to skip the unglamorous work is stronger than ever. We're being handed powerful tools, new technologies, and new labels at a dizzying pace. And yes, some of the ideas getting rebranded today have been around for a long time. Things like agile, lean, transformation. None of those words are magic. The danger is that we start worshiping vocabulary instead of doing the analysis. But the opportunity, if we're honest about it, is enormous. Here's how I see it plainly. First, the unit of improvement is expanding. It's no longer just the performer or even the process. It's the performance ecosystem. Humans, workflows, policy constraints, data systems, incentives, and the external environment of all interacting at once. That means our methods must stay rigorous, but get more integrative. Second, measurement is going to get both easier, but more dangerous. Easier because data is everywhere. Dangerous because we can measure noise and call it insight. Performance improvement has to defend a simple idea. Measure what matters, not what's easy, and never confuse dashboards with outcomes. Third, AI and automation are changing the nature of work, and that means they're changing the nature of performance gaps. The gap may no longer be people don't know how. It may be the system routes decisions poorly, or the tool is misspecified, or we're automating the wrong thing, or we've created a compliance theater that burns out the workforce. Performance improvement people should be at the table early, before implementation, asking the Rummler questions about workflow, handoffs, accountability, and customer value. Fourth, sustainability is becoming non-negotiable, not as a slogan, literally. If an intervention depends on heroic effort, constant external support, or a single champion, it will not survive reality. The nature of performance improvement, human performance technology, has to be about building capability that stays put when the consultants leave and when leadership changes. And finally, ethics matter more than ever. When you have a powerful measurement, powerful persuasion tools, and powerful automation, you can improve performance or manipulate it. This field has to choose which side it's on. For me, the standard is simple. Don't leave people worse off, and don't build systems that reward the wrong behavior. So what does it mean to accept an award named in Rummler's honor? To me, it means recommitting to the basics. Results, systems, values, and partnerships. It means doing the analysis others want to skip. It means telling the truth with skill and respect. It means remembering that white space is where outcomes are won or lost, and where citizens, customers, and frontline workers feel the consequences first. I'll close where I started, with gratitude. Thank you to ISPI. Thank you to the mentors and colleagues who sharpened my thinking. Thank you to the clients and local partners who trusted us in moments that mattered. And Mari, thank you for building this life of work with me and for making sure our compass always points back to people. I'm honored to accept this award, and I'll do my best to keep earning it. Thank you.